Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So, KURV has an announcement they would like to make. They are making a change to their distribution schedules, and they have decided to go the way of YieldMax, where their monthlies are no longer going to pay monthly. They are going to be paying once every 4 weeks. And so their distribution schedule is week 1 is Tesla, week 2 is AMZP, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Netflix, and their top tech ETFs, which I will always disagree with them using the triple Q if it's not actually, the NASDAQ. But hey, we have that going for us, which is nice. But if you look at this, because in YieldMite, I just changed this to have the group A, B, and C, and D, and then the weeklies. So I will be adding the KURV funds to these groups. But if you look and see when the next declaration date is, it is on February 5th. And if you look at their distribution schedule, theirs is on the 4th. So TSLP will be going in the same group as Coney. And what this means is if you want to do a Tesla daisy chain, so basically like you want to put your Tesla distributions into TSLP, and then your TSLP distributions go into, I don't actually have it on here, but there's the TSLYY, which just came out, which will be at the month end. And then the TSYY distributions would go into, don't hurt yourself on me, Tesla. So basically it would be like TSLP goes into Tesla and Tesla goes into TSLP, and then if you want to use the leverage one, you could just do all three of them. And because they would be in different groups, that means that your dividend would be earning dividends multiple times a month. And you can see here that given the same amount of money, this is $10,000, that you would get $503 from Tesla, but you would only get $211 from TSLP, which means you would have to own basically twice the amount of TSLP in order to get the same amount of distributions from TSLY. So that's just a matter of, like, if we look at total real returns, you accept less distributions in return for the NAV, for your total return to be better. So eventually, in like 5 to 10 years, if you stay with TSLP, that should be the better investment. But for right now, if you need income right now, you could put less into Tesla and get more money every month or every 4 weeks. So that is a decision that you can make for you, for what's best for your portfolio. If you put TSYY in, which I will put into YieldMite now that it has had its first distribution, but TSYY actually sells puts on the leverage version of Tesla. So at the moment, and it's only been 1 month, TSYY actually has the better total return. And so we'll see. I think it was like $1.70 for the distribution, but that is still, like, definitely don't quote me on that. But it's just interesting to see the different strike prices and the different philosophies of these different issuers and how they do. So even though these are all Tesla, it is diversification to put a little bit into each of these. At least that is my opinion. So what do you think of these KURV investments? Are you looking forward to having these be paying basically weekly if you pick one from each group? And once I put them into their groups, I guess we'll go through each group here, because if this has TSLP in it and my choice is between Coney and Tesla, I might go with TSLP because I have so much exposure of Bitcoin through MicroStrategy, and I don't have a lot of Tesla exposure, so I might use TSLP this time. This would obviously be Misty, but that would be Amazon and the MSF, so you could have it in both AMZY and AMZP, but if you are an AMZY fan, but you would rather have, higher total return, you could turncoat and just go into AMZP, like put like half your distributions, like start putting your distributions towards AMZP because it does have the better return. And then you go back up to Group A, and this is the one that has Tesla and Feet and 5e. And so between Apple and Goop, see, that might be that I split between Goop and 5e, because I do think that 5e is going to wind up being a really good fund to be in, and is more diversified than just being in Google. So I think that Goop overall will be better than being in GUI anyways. And then for the last one, I think that Maro, like a combination of these three, the Platy, NVIDIA, and Maro, that's the move for yield max. But yeah, that has Netflix in the KQQQ, so I think I would just stick with yield max for that week. The Maro, Platy, and NVIDIA. So that's just my opinion. Anyways, so that's what we'll be doing with YieldMite. And for financial Phil hallmarks this week, or today, we have Buy the Dip Trance, which is the catchy part of Buy the Dip, and just making it to trance and experimenting with just having way less lyrics and seeing how that works out, which Suno loves. Suno's like, oh, you're not going to give me a lot of directions and just like 3 words? I'll make an entire really catchy song. So there's that. And then there's Dividends and Dreams, which is a country song about someone that used to be a growth investor, but now they have converted into a dividend investor, and they really like getting those distributions and being able to live their life without having to sell. And then Shut the Door ULTY is a breakup song for ULTY, and so far the feedback I've gotten is that people think that this might even be better than Nav Vampire, which is also an ULTY breakup song. So it is really good, in my opinion, and you should listen to it, in my opinion. But these two are basically people's favorite songs so far out of everything that I've done. So, I mean, everyone has their own music genres that they like to listen to, and I have been all over the board with this because I want to know what Suno can do and what I can get away with. So I'm still having fun, and hopefully you have fun listening to that as well. So are you happy that KURV is going to pay once every 4 weeks, making it effectively a weekly pair, or is it a little too late, too gimmicky? And I'll talk to you all later. Bye.